Alright, I got out of there without having to get nailed for a repair job tonight. Whatever the hell it is that's going on in the men's room, it can wait a week. This cat is off the clock tonight. Off the clock tonight. What's going on, everybody? It is officially coffee time. He was like, I want to see you after church. I want to get this. I got something that needs repair. Like, I'm not on the clock Saturday night, hon. It's like, cowabunga, baby. I'm not on the clock. I am not on the clock. All right, here we go. Something fell down there. I don't know what the hell it was. Who knows? Was it the stick? Yeah, it was. No, I don't know what the hell it was. Something fell down. Who knows? I'm off the clock, dude. What's up, Carolyn? How are you, D? How you doing? What's going on? I am off the clock, man. I am off the clock. Whatever it is, it can be meltdown. Hey, Chip. Hey, Kelly. Place could be flooding tonight. It's just the way it is, man. Just the way it is. What's going on, everybody? Kelly, how was your day of exciting college football there? I'll tell you, this is, oh, you're in Boise. Cool. What's up, Robert? How you doing? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sticking around to see what needs to be fixed. I'm off the clock. Well, I'm so glad I would have already dropped the bundle on this college football team if I was down in Vegas. This college football season has been unbelievable, man. I don't even know Michigan State. I don't know. I'm talking about Oregon losing to, I don't know who the hell they lost to. Penn State lose to Northwestern. I mean, come on. USA road trip, nice. Oh man. So it is coffee time, ladies and gentlemen. I am off the clock. Look at me fleeing. Where are you? I'm leaving. I'm not doing one more doggone thing today. How you doing, Shimei? What's going on? Good for you. Enjoy your trip in. Sorry I'm not going to be around. That's a little tractor they got over there. Gotta go get gassed up tonight. Probably get some chicken and some macaroni salad tonight up at Safeway. The Safeway to buy since 1926. How you doing, Zoe? How's everything in the greater London area? I can't press it. I'm really tight down there this time. I got Thursday booked up, got Tuesday, so not to be a downer, but this is a really rough week coming up this week. But I'm glad you're taking your Tesla on a road trip. I think that's fun. I think that's great. It's nice to take a break. Everything going on. Yeah, I was glad today. I mean, holy shit, Penn State loses to Northwestern. Are you kidding? Oregon loses to who? Wow, that's a kick in the crotch. Hey, GBT, how you doing? GBT, good bloody time. Good bloody time. So I hope to be on the road at 5 a.m. tomorrow, heading southeast, 612 miles later. If the old mule can make another trip up the big hill, we will be there. We've been trying to cheer myself up for Halloween. Well, get yourself cheered up. Put on a little Frank Sinatra. Fly me to the moon. You know my wings are going to fly. Let me know what life is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, please be my pal. In other words, it's time to cheer up. Fill my heart with love. Diane Keaton. Yeah, I remember watching her in Annie Hall in the theater when that came out. That was a pretty good movie. She was in Reds, which was a pretty nondescript role next to Warren Beatty or whatever her name is. Warren Beatty. Beyond that, I don't remember much else. You just couldn't sell those neurotic Woody Allen movies anymore. These kids today, which, unless somebody's flesh is being blown up off of them or something, or somebody's sack is being torn off, it's like it's not good. It's not good theater, right? I will DW, driving while intoxicated. Snap out of this depression. Well, you're going to have to snap out of it. Best way to get out is to go out and do stuff for other people. That'll snap you right out of it. Find somebody that's worse off than you are. Best curative in the world. Point your eyes outward there. Fly me to the moon. Ba-ba-ba-bee-ba-doo-ba-bow. In other words, please in my hand. Alright, I guess this guy's pulling out. I can't see anything here. I like this guy just like ripped it right out into gear. That was pretty cool. That's my surefire cure for depression. How you doing, Catherine? I was surprised she died. Yeah, well, you never know. From Oil and Taylor from Berlin. Where are you going? I'm going to get a cup of coffee. Where are you going? No, I'm not on the way to Vegas. Yeah, now it's more important you spend this part of your life doing for others. Surefire way to beat depression. Don't wallow in misery. Light a candle. Curse the darkness. got the coffee. Say hi to a couple people. Anyways, yeah. Hey, Cindy, how you doing, honey? You just see the video sent for 50 pounds. There's a personal. Why? Because she's a wonderful and struggle so hard in NYC. Hey, Ponji, how are you? Good to see you. All right, let's roll this beast out of here. I'm gonna have a long stream tonight. You're like, I want to see you afterward. There's something that needs repair in the men's room. I'm not doing the stinking plumbing job and being a bunch of whiz tonight. I guarantee you that. No, I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., Cindy. I don't like to drive at night if I can avoid it. I leave in the dark, but the sun is coming up by the time I get into the Central Valley. On the 580, the sun is coming up. It makes it nice. Yeah, just I don't have very good headlights on this van. It's like having two little candles in up front, so that's about all the power they have. So I don't feel like going out. I was gifted a 7.5 liter bottle. Wow, Shimei. What a score, huh? What a score. What happens in the dark is poor visibility, but I tell you, if you're going to drive to Vegas, Sunday is a good day to go in. Why? Because everybody's going out. It's a beautiful day. It's open road, baby. No 18-wheelers, very few semis on there on the Sunday. No Amazon goofs running around. It's a beautiful day. These was 7 point in Drake's Passage today. Shit, the Drake's Passage is all the way down off South America, Cape Horn. You think they'd even notice with the rough seas down there? At least according to my geographic knowledge, Drake's Passage is between Antarctica and the Tierra del Fuego down there. Patagonia. But what do I know about the world? I'm just a walking encyclopedia. There's always plates moving around. We got the pull of the moon, passing the full moon here. We're coming up to the end of Sukkot for all the Jews celebrating their Sukkots built out on their balconies and everything. Yeah, we're going to go up and get some gas today. I don't got much on the talk menu today. Bitcoin's gone nuts out there. I don't know what's going on, man. The thing is gyrating like a mofo. It slipped down huge yesterday. My mailbox is flooded with people. Did you see Bitcoin? Blah, blah, blah. No, man. I stick to gold and silver. All right, yeah, thumbs up are appreciated. Well, I don't know if it's amazing. I just have a memory that retains useless stuff in my mind. If we're playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, yeah, I want to be your lifeline call. Phone a friend. Drake's Passage is between which two continents? Is it between Asia and North America? Is it between Turkey, Europe, and Asia to the east, or between Africa and the Middle East? I'd like to phone a friend, please. Rosie, there's $1 million on the line. Yeah, needs more people like you. Like I say, get out there, join the Salvation Army, beat the drum. The season of giving is coming up. We got the 3rd annual fundraiser. It's going to be a barn burner this year. Get out there and bang that drum. Ring that bell. Ring my bell. I was the last shooting in a football game. Was that the one in Mississippi? The game got a little crispy out there. Time to wheel out the big guns, right? Been a lot of solar activity. Yeah, well, you get the pull of, well, you know, the moon exerts a gravitational pull. You can certainly see it on the rising and falling of the tides. Why wouldn't it? It would exert equal gravitational pull on land as it does on water. It helps kind of loosen things up a little bit, get the juices flowing under the tectonic plates, especially out here on the Ring of Fire, they call it, which Santa Rosa is right over top of two faults. Had some gone down for the big one. Might have missed you. Nice to see you. Yeah, tiny comment area. We're going to pick up a lot of new people in Vegas with their various activities down there starting tomorrow night. A little bit of people watching on Fremont. Always a joy. Stop and pick up some gummy bears. Worst present on what the near future holds. Well, I've given you the solution. What the hell is that noise? Sounds like somebody's choking a chicken or something. Somebody's choking a bird. You never say good to see you. The first thing when I came in, I said, hi, Zoe. Don't start going down that path tonight, okay? Let's not get silly right off the bat. The first thing when I saw you, I said hi to you. And then you proceeded to tell me how you were doing. So I thought at that point it was a little superfluous to ask, how are you? Hey, we got Seal Hater. How are you doing? The cats will be fine. Cats will be fine. I don't take responsibility for the cats, but I'm a responsible person, but I won't be answering any questions about cats or anything. It's all right, Zoe. I always ask about the people. I'm the most interactive chat that you're going to find on YouTube. A lot of people just set up the chat and they don't even look at the side chats. Which word, Buttercup baby? Which word? Hey Julie, how are you? Yeah, you're wearing my hoodie. I am Cali Mo. I love it. This is a good between. Wait, did you hear about watching in Benicia? We had three of what? E-watching? In Benicia we had three. Oh, whale watching. No, I didn't. Everybody's complaining about Valero shutting down. Oh, superfluous. Yeah. I was waiting around 4 o'clock, but you took your time. No, I go to Mass on Saturday afternoon for Sunday. Good to see you, Julie. And then they tried to rope me into going to the men's room to see what needed to be fixed in there tonight. Sorry, I'm off the clock. I've done enough stuff this week. Cleaning and doing all kinds of stuff. I'm on the road again. I am on the road again. XOX. That's exactly correct. I am on the road again. Let's hope this baby can pull another up to the high desert. Yeah, they complain out the air. I know they do. It's like the Chinese say, Catherine, the needle can't be sharp at both ends. You can't have it both ways. You know, people complain about air quality and stuff, but I'll tell you, you better hold on to the jobs. And that's going to hit that community very, very hard. They talk about a little business incubator and stuff. People can't, it's very hard to start businesses right now. And this state ought to be ashamed of itself the way it's beating down business interests and things. Made it so hard. People suffer like Vallejo did when Mara. Exactly. Exactly. I see James claimed no one was above the law. Boy, was she correct. Yeah, but they'll tell you she only committed a $12,000 felony or whatever. It's amazing how people can see things, and it's like, well, that's okay then. You know, you're under the threshold of. There's nothing wrong with that. So, but I don't get involved in all of that rap. There's a lot of tit for tat going on in politics right now. I don't like it on either side. But, you know, I guess we're just supposed to blow that off. That's okay. Yeah, Bliss. I keep forgetting. I don't know. That's when my own channel shows. I don't know. There's so many different people come in. I've had the same channel since January 4th of 2013. I have a friend over to have it. Yeah, thank you very much, Angus Kisses, and don't worry about a thing. Yeah, I'm just saying, what am I going to get all wired up about Letitia James? I mean, it's like, it's all part of the justice system, right? You do the crime, you get the fine. I don't think she's offended before, so she will just get let off with a fine or whatever. But she sets the standard just like the President of the United States does, but I guess it's okay to be a liar. I don't know. I don't know about my leg moving. Something in the corner, jab the inside of the line. Right. Crime is crime. Okay, we got some young loggers out tonight. Oh, man. Hey, Barris, how are you? I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be back Monday. I'm gonna be down there I'm gonna be down there the whole week, and then I'll be back on Monday. I've got to start getting. I have to start getting ready for Terror to come up. I want to put up the new kitchen stadium. We're going to have some heavy rain this week. I'm not going to be around, so I don't really care. Yeah, take care, Angus. Kisses. Good to see you. Good to see you. So I'm going to be putting up the new kitchen stadium, getting ready for Terror to come. Body keeps getting hurt. Look at what this Rosie scratched me right down there last night. Meaner now, man. Cat's mean as can be. Mean. It happens. It's no worse than smashing yourself with a hammer or, you know, construction or repair work. Yeah, that's a boo-boo. Yeah, it's just tore right down the side of the nail. But being highly resistant to infection, just because I tend to wallow in germs and everything, it'll be okay. It's already doing good. Very rapid healing. So, yeah, I think we're going to I'm going to be meeting Sam and Mary Ellen on Thursday. Have some good fun on Thursday. First thing, I have to do some repair projects down there. So I'm doing first tomorrow. Bingo, there you go. Yeah, it heals fast. I'm a very fast healer. I'm up to 52.9 kilograms. I don't know what that means in regular weight. Just keep watching when I need it's born. Yeah, well, you know, forget about Americans with the metric system. Shrink the varicose vein. My sister, she loves to yell. The Lions Club Bingo. They have something at my church on Wednesdays. It's called the Happy Hearts. It's like the over 50s. You can come in and bring a potluck and get it. If you bring if you bring your own tableware and container, then you get a free bingo card. Hey, Duck. Needless to say, I haven't been playing any bingo, so I don't know whether we'll go to the Magnolia tomorrow night, Jerry's, or the barbecue at the Binions. I'm not sure. 114. Yeah, I guess it's okay, honey. I'm 170. No potluck. It's just a buy. Yeah, it's the rusty age. Well, lucky in California, you have to look pretty far to find rust. You got to see some old stuff to see rust around, because it's a pretty dry and arid climate, except for the few months in the winter time. And then it gets to be a little much. All the hostages all dead. Well, I got no comment on that. There's more screwed up stuff. I mean, I got people blasting my email about Bitcoin, panicking about that. I don't even follow it, right? All upset about what's going on over there. If you allow yourself to be in a manipulated market, well, I don't know what to tell you. In the London metal market, the silver market's in absolute turmoil. They can't find the silver to fulfill their contractual obligations. The food costs coming down. Let's look at some of the inputs here. Our longest lead food product is the cattle market. Then comes live hog market. And it takes a while to build up a herd. It takes like 3 years to build a herd up. And we hit the low point. Now it figures with grain very low and normalized rain, we'll probably have very good conditions for cattle and cattle raising. But it's going to be a few years. But everybody that can stick a head of cattle out there is going to have a head of cattle. And we're probably going to be flooded with meat in a few years as a result of overproduction. The doctors want, but it's irritation. What is that? Won't put orders in and it's not life-threatening. Beef prices are crazy high. Yeah, the best cure for high beef prices. You said you're 114 pounds, Zoe. I said I'm 170. By my math, that's 56 pounds heavier than you. The bird's 40 out. Yeah, I don't know. I got 178, 114. I don't know, honey. I don't know how many damn stones it is. Stone me. I mean, we just get some stone weights out and weigh somebody. Anyway, not good news about the tariff things. 100% additional tariff on China. I think that the meeting we're easily back over $4,000 gold. I think the meeting is not going to be real chatty between President Xi on November 1st and Trump. I don't think it's going to be a very happy meeting. So this is probably, we're going to start getting to the difficult side of tariffs now, where we start to have an all-out trade war. Chorizo, they probably weighed 4 pounds. Zach is Corky. How you doing? Yeah, Corky. They're all. I was thinking about you, Corky. I'm getting news flashes about what's going on in London with the silver market, and they're scrambling around trying to find physical silver to deliver. So how does that work for Trump? In what way, GTB? How does that work for Trump? Can you be a little more definitive in your question? Why are you trying to do that? Trump said he made a deal with China last night. Because all of a sudden they're clamping down. There's two things they did. They put started to institute a docking fee on ships to China that are coming in to unload and offload. That's worldwide. And that's number one. And number two, they started to tighten up rare earths again on selling rare earth. What do we ship them now? We don't ship them a damn thing right now. The current state of free speech in the UK is very concerning. People get the government they want. Saw bagels at the store today and thought of you. The UK is in a, it's not even looking like it's England anymore, right? It's just like the government wants to control it. Now they want the digital ID. It's just turning into a real shit show over there in England. The government paranoia is off the chain. So I don't know how it ends. There's not enough money coming into the treasury. There's not enough rich people. It's the only developed nation where millionaires are leaving the country now in droves. I think the 100% was yes, it's on top of it. It's 140%. No, I'm gonna just buy something to eat. I'm gonna get some fried chicken at the Safeway and maybe some macaroni salad. I don't feel like messing around cooking tonight. I'm getting up. I have to get up at 4:15 tomorrow. Yeah, so the new effective tariffs are 140%. Who bought shit on Temu anyway? I don't know. There's only one person I know that bought that junk. Fill up your whole house with just crap from China. They already did away with the $800 de minimis limit, so everything is subject to tariff now. They used to escape that by selling under $800 worth of crap coming in. So now you don't see Temu and Shein ads anymore. So how does the 140% help Trump? It just pushes down, it just causes a lessening of demand for Chinese products. If something's coming in for $10, well, it's going to be $27 now. You can imagine. Time. I will arrive in Las Vegas at about 3 p.m. I hit the Central Valley about 6:15 a.m. 6:30. I hit Button Willow outside of Bakersfield about 10:30, 11 o'clock. I hit the high desert up around Barstow about 1 o'clock. Baker about 2 o'clock, and then roll in the last hour roll into Vegas. Claire's, all their stuff is from China. I don't know. I haven't seen her do anything. Bliss, Diane Keaton, I haven't seen her in a long time. Stuff happens to people. You never know when you're going to punch your ticket. I will give you money to drop on the bush like then. Let's see, get me a jelly donut and a chili dog. Okay, Zoe. Um, so I have some repair work to do. I'm not going to try to set up the live stream stuff this time. I have to have some other logistics I have to work out. There's some minor projects to do. I want to get some videos recorded for that church's channel. I want to start getting set up for the third annual fundraiser coming up in the month of November. Don't forget Terror's coming in too. And I'm hoping I get a good deal of participation in the this year. Don't diss my country and then not say what the bug you're on about. You know nothing. Oh, GTB Greta has a torn sack collection on her mantle. Another wood. Now it's all figuring out. Oh man, what's next for the Doom Goblin? What's the next thing? What's the next thing to inject yourself in? You can't inject yourself into American politics. What's next? What's the next hotspot? They might launch her out of a cannon like Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey across Ukraine or something. I don't know. Roll that circus music. So all the billion to build factories here will help win. It's a long lead time on that. The bigger problem is just dealing with this crushing debt load in the nation. And tariffs, they're just you can talk about lower income taxes, higher standard deduction for people. But at the end of the day, you're going to pay more for your tchotchkes overseas. All the Chinese companies are rushing now to beat the newer tariff to get all their crap into the boats and get it landed in the U.S. before the big, before the big bill has to be paid. Greta might fit in a 155 millimeter howitzer. I don't know. Be like Ringling Brothers. She'll find some way to insert herself in some other tragedy out there as a doom goblin. As a doom goblin. Next on tap will be the farmers. You saw that the price of wheat crashed below $5 a bushel, which is total push the red panic button in that commodity. Soybeans about to drop below 10, and corn is pretty weak. So all the foodstuff commodities were really weak on Friday. Automation of doom. What's going on, Dr. Frankenstein? So she'll consult with her agent, and they'll come up with a new plan to, the relevancy plan. That's great. I don't know how I think the dollar worth less. Well, GTB, you have to realize that countries are coming unglued, man. France, England, Argentina, Peru, they're ripping sacks off people in Peru. Well, you're either going to stabilize Argentina, or it's going to be a socialist communist mess down there. Pick your poison. Yeah, rock'em sock'em robot. Boy, robot repairman. Well, robots won't build it. They'll be bringing in those illegal alien Koreans in there to do it. How you doing, Alan? But the pharmaceutical prices will be down quite a bit for Medicaid and AstraZeneca, a nice UK company, is now giving most favored nation pricing to our government programs, which is nice. That's going to be hundreds of millions of dollars of money saved. I don't know, Corky. You tell me how Greta injects her, where she injects herself into next. I don't know. Good to see you, Alan. Doing fine. Just getting ready for the road tomorrow. Got everything all packed. Got my, I just take a whole 5-gallon bucket with drinks and stuff. It's easier to carry it. And it's got beer, H2O, and soda in it. Well, it's just like, Zoe, what do you do? You can't raise taxes because people are taxed at the wazoo. And it's the only developed nation where millionaires are now leaving the country and going overseas and moving elsewhere. That's the first problem. You're killing the goose that lays the golden eggs in the nation. The second problem is that even when they tried to cut social programs 3%, the female finance minister, she broke down in Parliament and started to cry. There's going to be Chinese buy up massive parcels, because we're a free market country. Remember, Duck, for every buyer, there's a seller. Somebody's happy to have that money in their pocket. So it's just, remember all the people were crying in the 80s and 90s about the Japanese were buying up all the golf courses, and they're buying up all the big landmark buildings in LA and all these places. They ended up eating the bird. That stuff stuck to them like tar paper. They had to dump some of those office buildings off at half the price of what they paid for them. This shit would not be happening. My queen was still alive. Which one, Victoria or who? No, yeah, might as well just print it. Well, I don't know. It benefits people. Free markets. You know, are we a capitalist nation or are we socialist communists? Even China, even Hong Kong allows me to buy a place if I want. I'm not sure about buying land, but I can in Hong Kong. My Queen Elizabeth, is she still around? Sorry, Mrs. Chat. How you doing, Thomas? Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, whoever's got the gold, right? He who has the gold makes the rules, or whatever. Money talks. You got people willingly selling to the people overseas. I'm keeping an eye on Caesars Entertainment in Las Vegas. They're just barely scraping a multi-year low now. I've got them teed up for the first ones into bankruptcy. Oh, wow. What is this guy going to bring the hook and ladder in here? The one-eyed man is king. That's right. Look at this mess. We have to get our coffee, right? We're just out for a joyride. Number one in which way, Bliss? college football is a disaster. The bettors are just getting destroyed this year. I don't know why these guys insist on doing this here. I have no idea. Oh boy. Why only 10 billion and 20 for Argent? What's the 10 billion? What are you talking about? What's up, Joni? That 20 billion's already been plowed through. The Argentina has 80% interest rates right now, so you know it's like throwing money down the toilet, just lighting it in your grill, and there it goes. Everybody just takes that as a put option to get the hell out. They're changing currency like crazy to get out of it. And for a little while, for a few hours, they're backstopped by the U.S. government. But then once the 20 billion is spent, which goes fast in international exchange, I can tell you, having worked on a currency trading desk, bye-bye, baby. Buy right just went out for burger. I don't know. They sure as hell waste a lot of fuel just running around for a cup of coffee. They were sure having a nice party. Well, it only lasted about 3 hours, so. Big thing that people were writing me about is Bitcoin. What's going on in Bitcoin? Of course, Bitcoin's a 24/7 market. And evidently it plunged to 104,000 yesterday. I think it's back up to about 109,000 now, but it's giving people a hell of a ride. This is champion season. It's just about kicked off here. It's difficult in Vegas because it's going to be comfortable days, but then it's going to get cool quickly. So I need to be prepared. You just can't change the Argentine system and way of doing things. So that's going to, hey Monchichi, that's going to be a huge destabilization point in South America there. And Peru, they're on strikes, right? These people are trying to go up to Machu Picchu to visit, and it's like, no, the transit system's on strike or whatever. You know, we can't get you out of there or whatever. What's up, WW? There's crypto. Yeah, it seemed like they're all flooding into metals now, all these crypto people. I don't know whether that at this point's a good sign or a bad sign, but it's this reality I've been expecting for years. It's finally coming to full fruition here. But you got these people caught in a bad way trying to figure where the hell they can get their hands on physical silver right now, and it's difficult. Military scooped up a lot of it, defense contractors and people. A lot of this advanced weaponry uses a hell of a lot of silver. Solar panels, all this crap. And nobody wants to open up a new mine. You can imagine Amanda hugging kids. Yeah, we found silver here. Oh, no. No, I will be out with the Junior League protesting vigorously against any use of this land for mining operations. Not in my backyard, dude. My Sansui let the magic smoke out of a MOSFET. It should be easy enough to get a replacement one there. Is Las Vegas tourism in for a long-term struggle? I did a video on Thursday morning. We've had a great one where interest rates have gone down from basically 1981 until 2001. That allowed people to do stuff very cheaply with low interest rates. And Las Vegas built all these mega resorts starting in 1985 with the Mirage. And everything they built after that was all geared towards luxury people. Luxury people that have a lot of money. So now when you go through the Fontainebleau, or you go through Las Vegas, go through Venetian or Wynn, you see all these empty shops with nobody buying anything at all, and they're paying top rent for that. They're having to let rooms out at a discount now. I couldn't believe how cheap the price was to go down this week. Even though there's some kind of event coming up next weekend or something, it was like cheap. So Las Vegas priced out the low end, and now there's just the rich people are sort of evaporating now. They don't want to come anymore. The Canadians don't want to come. The Chinese don't want to come. The Japanese don't want to come. The Chinese have Macau there, which is like a mini Las Vegas right there on the Pearl River. There's Indian casinos everywhere these days. They probably pay better than Vegas now. So people just thought it's just a ripoff. It's just a ripoff. If there's, we're running out of disposable income right now. That's the problem. So Las Vegas priced itself out of just, even the rich people started to squeal about $10 bottles of water and $50, $80 a night resort fees for nothing. Machines that don't pay at all. Yeah, they're less expensive, and they I never thought I'd say it, but they probably pay better now. I'm sure all the casinos, due to their high overhead and all their borrowed money, have to hold every bit they can from the machines now. So legally they can hold up to 20%. And I'm sure they're pegged up right up at the peak. Indian casinos never have to disclose what their hold is. They never have to file anything. A machine can be 100%. So yeah, I would say that they've built for a market that's drying up now. It's turning into a weekend town again. Yeah, Caesars is the first up, Alan. They're the most indebted. They're the first ones that are right on the brink of a multi-year low in their stock. And this is coming out of the best times. What's it going to be like if stuff really gets bad? Wasting their money online with FanDuel and Underdog. I went to in Youngstown one time. Been babysitting the Bible, only 3 months. It's not Trump, it's just that people are stretched out from the cost of living. It all started with the pandemic, right when Biden made the decision to shut down the economy. And all these weak governors followed suit. Now Sonoma County's brought back the mask mandate again. The only county in the United States with medical facilities masking up now. They just never learn. They just never learn. Hey, Simply Wicked, how are you? Look, let's say Thomas, let's say anybody that's doing FanDuel, BetMGM. You know what happens when you're a good player? Right. Now remember, the AI is tracking all of your bets and things on these sports betting sites. What happens if you get good? What happens if you're doing well? They choke you. They limit you. You can no longer put $1,000 on a game or whatever. You can put $20 down, or they just outright ban you from the. So they don't like winners. They want people to lose. So anybody that wastes their time on FanDuel or BetMGM, you're pissing money down the drain. Corky Thunberg, the government knows nothing about my bullying. So I would say that Biden's the first one that pulled the trigger and sank the economy, which started off the whole inflationary thing, this putting $600 payroll enhancements in people's pockets and stimulus checks. Yeah, no wonder shit went up. Duncan, I remember back in the day, the blackjack had a wooden box on it full of loose cigs. When you just grabbed it, yeah, that's it. Those were the days. Those were the days, Duncan. That's when people were able to judge what's an alpine road and what's a flat Great Plains road. Live up and respect privacy. So they really wanted California to approve sports betting, but they turned it down. They just turned it down. They're just like, no. Because the Indian casinos opposed it. Now they've figured out a way to cut the Indian casinos in on it, so I still don't think people will pass it here. Because as I said in my Thursday video, that gambling is a huge negative for everywhere it is. It net robs a community of its assets legally. You know, it preys on the stupid and the most addictive personalities. That's why they don't want to give up smoking in casinos and things, because smoking and gambling addiction, all those things go hand in hand. Number between 1 and 10. Nope, you lose. That's it. MLB games. What's up, Byron? How you doing? Tampa Bay sports. Yeah, well, the Mariners went through. I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see that coming through. They might be on a roll. You got to be careful of a team like that just kind of slides into the playoffs there. Louis Theroux did a documentary on gambling that I highly recommend it. Well, Doc, it's a very easy game. As the coach Charlie Ekman used to say, very simple game. They have an edge on every game that they offer. Every gambling opportunity has an edge. Sometimes the edge can be up to 20% on a slot machine, and I would argue that edge is constant now on the slot machines. Number two, all the table games have an edge on them. Doesn't matter if you say full odds behind a bet on the pass line on craps. They still have an edge on that. Okay, so over time, mathematics works for them. The thing that they need is high volume to come through, and that generates the money, the revenue. Volume starts to dip. Oh shit! Now we got a problem. The Tropicana introduced the 3-0 000 on the roulette wheel. It wasn't enough to have 1-0. It wasn't enough to have 2. Now you need to have 3 zeros on that. Trickle down. Yeah, the Illinois beats them down. I don't know. I just think they got the horseshoe up their bum. Horseshoe up their bum. You never know. You get one of these teams that just slides in, and that's it. You never know. You just never know. We're charging, thank goodness. Only two reasons. One in the sphere. Well, you better dig deep in your pockets for the buffet, and you better dig even deeper for the sphere. Sacramento River Cats, that's it, man. Right there. River Cats baseball. So I think Vegas has some serious problems. To get a mayor that's like a deer in the headlights. It's not good when people don't acknowledge reality. When she comes on and says, "Oh, we love Canadians. Come back. We love you." It's like, "No, we just want your money. We don't give a flying F about you, really, but I'm just going to come on and just pander to you." Meanwhile, she doesn't say a thing about the fees and things that people charge and these corporations charge. There you go. GTB says, "I'd never see Vegas if it wasn't for you." I'm not sure what you had for dinner tonight. I'm assuming it was tasty. So you can ride up and down, and I tell you just as an example, you look at the Fontainebleau. What did that thing cost to build? The most expensive project ever done in Las Vegas. Had to cost $1.5–2 billion fully fitted out. You know how much, you know how many people you have to ram through there to get that to pay? A lot. And where do you think they set their machines? So that you can win a lot down there? Or that they can hold a lot? Well, the answer should be pretty obvious. Now they try to hire people to figure out, how can we get people to go to like Resort World? How can we attract the high rollers? Well, by definition, most high rollers aren't really stupid, unless there's some sports players or something like that. So they're not going to piss their money away on a poor bet. They can't get the people closed. I'm not sure what that means. Can't share my things about guns as it might cause bad feelings, thoughts. People addicted to they don't have to leave the winning machines. Well done. Jack, let's face it. I've been down there when the guy opened the machine to put cash in the ATM and ticket cashing machine. And he went to open this one section of drawer, and all these debit and credit cards came flying out. And I'm standing there waiting to use the machine next to it. And I'm like, "Bro, what is all this?" And he said, "That's all the cards that people tried to get cash advances, and their institution said, take the card from them." And man, there had to be like 80 cards there. Do you think that casinos really care about whether you're addicted or not? The more you lose, the more they'll be after you with jets and hotel rooms and chicks and champagne and right. The more you lose, the more they love you. Win a lot, they don't ever want to see you. Well, there's probably a point they want to try to get their money back, but if you keep beating them, then they got to tell you that you're not welcome. Your business is not welcome anymore there. I'm wearing the, I don't miss it. That's it. That's it. Yeah, it's built on that. It's exactly what it's built on. They count on losers. It's like if you start to do well with blackjack, they'll accuse you of being a card counter and they'll 86 you off the property. If you come back again, you're subject to arrest by the police. They don't want your business. That's it. They only want people that lose a lot of money. And they have a fair share of lot lizards. Have you been down there, Naomi? Girls got to make a little bit of coin. Thank you, Duncan. $10 from the King of the Alpine Adventures. Thank you, Duncan. The Alpine Highway runs on depends. That's it. Vegas was not built on winners. It was built on suckers. Now, they did something that was very smart. They started to shift it around to entertainment. And it was pretty cheap entertainment. The Mac King show at the Harris, at the matinee show, $20, or Gordy Brown in the Golden Nugget theater for $40, or going to see Adam Carolla's comedy show at the House of Blues for $40. And then look what happened. As soon as there was an excess of money in the economy, shit just went batshit crazy, and now they built their cost structure on that high revenue flow, and it's really hurting them. They can't think of a way to bring more people in to sustain that high level of revenue inflow. Yeah, thank you very much, Duncan. I appreciate it. I see it on Livestream on YouTube. I wish I could come to Vegas, as I'm getting sick of him. Who's that? Your Prime Minister? What? Art Carney or whatever his name is? Hey, Ralphie boy. Now all of a sudden I'm seeing like the value crowd come in during the pandemic, when everything was shut down and they just started to reopen it for the next 8 months or so. It was all the LA crowd coming in, and they were all busting up casinos and furniture in the hotels and fighting in the lobby of the Wynn. And then they took the prices way up high, and it cut off that LA flow. People were flying in from Canada and from Europe and from South America to have a good time. Asia. And then all of a sudden, right, it hit that peak of cost, and people just said, you know what, it's not worth it anymore. Nobody wins money. It costs too much. The service is shitty. Sayonara. Oh, okay, Kelly. I cry when I get a warning. I know it was after. No, the family, that was a 1990s gig. That's why you had Las Vegas National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. There was a time when they put those mega resorts up that they tried to make it a family-friendly destination. And then they figured out that families are pretty much busted. Right, except for the absolute derelicts that'll go into Circus and gamble till 4 a.m. and drop $800 and their kids are passed out in the hallways. So they quickly changed. Remember that What Happens to Vegas Stays in Vegas, that promotional campaign went in, and all of a sudden it went to the adult entertainment, the nightclubs, the Chow Lounge with the $800 bottle service, and the whole deal, the Voodoo Lounge on top of the Rio, and it just, they went hog wild for that high-end entertainment. Now, with DJs, Marshmallow, the guy who wears a marshmallow head to DJ. Yeah, really nice too in a lot of states, yeah. Scared of pickpocketers. So they were their own worst enemy. They turned it from a value proposition, which it was, to we need rich people to come. And if you knock the shit out of Bitcoin, ain't no poor people dick around with Bitcoin, right? It's not a poor person's game. And this weekend, a lot of people are nervous because some strange shit's going on Bitcoin. There's a lot of stuff going on that's weird right now. There's a lot of moving parts. This China-U.S. trade situation, they better get this shit squared away. I get scared of pickpocketers. Always just keep your wallet in your front pocket. Carry a fanny pack. I did that all through Mexico. On your belly. Can you tell me my entertainment? That was when I was at my worst place. I'm not sure what that means, Zoe. You have to talk to me as if you're talking to a child. Crypto G Valerie is not a metal. It's not actually a metal coin. We'll be in better shape or worse shape in 20 years. The America you see in 20 years will bear no comparison to the America today. And it won't take 20 years. It'll take about 5 years. Me doing I was on my own. Oh, that's nice, Buttercup baby. You could have married Scooby-Doo. You can see the way the trends are converging of protest, money being cut, jobs being cut. It's the next big iteration in advancement with AI. And the cost is going to be severe. Severe. So what do you see in 5 years? You want it society-wise, culture-wise? I mean, that's a big question. My ultimate vision I've never shared on here because I wouldn't dare share it on here. But I have people writing and saying share it because the shit you're talking about is happening. So, Main Street, it's starting with the cities, Main Street cities. And if you look at a lot of Main Street cities these days, the larger cities, the retailing is just basically leaving slowly but surely. You're closing down more chain stores, more stores that used to be anchor stores for downtowns like Rite Aids, less CVS's around because it's too hard to protect workers and products from thieves. Thank you, Naomi. Please hit the like button. So therefore businesses, what are we really opening here? More items. I did videos on it. People were shocked at the Ralph's supermarket in Inglewood down in LA. It's like you have to call a clerk over to go down the one aisle. You have to have a magic door that she punches in a code. It's behind plastic. I mean, do you think that that's going to be removed in the future? Or do you think we're going to reach a point where people just have to order at the front and they'll just bring the groceries up to you and they'll put them through the revolving little thing bag and you just take them out of the store? Yes, crime will definitely be up. Also protesting. You can see the trend of protesting because we have a society that's been very enabled over the past 60 years in particular, 65 years, to depend on government, to now believe it's government's responsibility to maintain people. This is a very, very, very foreign idea in civilization through history. No government ever came up and said it's our responsibility to maintain your life, your health, your food, anything like that. We enabled so many people with those type of programs that when they start to pull back, and I give you an example, the United Kingdom, where they said, we're going to cut the social program spending 3%, and the woman prime minister finance person is crying in Parliament. Meltdown mode. You can imagine on the streets here as it starts to cut in, as people are losing their food stamps or their housing benefits, or they have to work. Imagine having to work to maintain your health insurance or something like this. Is foreign to people. This is foreign to people. The immediate pushback is, why should I work? I'm alive. It's your responsibility to feed me, not mine. We enabled that whole thought process slowly but surely since the mid 1960s. That aggregate guilt was turned in and used like a weapon. Now, people deserve to eat. In my opinion, that's where charity comes in. We all owe it to people. We all owe it to support but we cannot make it a mandate of government to do that, that you're responsible for my upkeep and maintenance. No. Right. Things like retirement accounts, 401ks, they're only recent innovations since the 1950s, 60s. There was no retirement programs before. Walgreens is bad, Roy, because you can get robbed in there. Or else a pharmacist is going to be dealing narcotics on the side. Yeah, that's it. Shemai's like, I single-handedly keep CVS propped up. So once you start to take back something that people have come to view as a right, not not a gratuity, not a helping hand, but a right, then it goes very difficult for society. And the really big thing right now is you have a lot of kids that are graduating from school that are having an incredibly difficult time finding gainful employment now with their college degrees in sociology. You can just tick down the whole list of tons of everybody that was going to be a computer software engineer. Sorry. What do you mean, sorry, bro? Look, I got my sheepskin here. Sorry, dude, we got AI. What does that mean? It means whatever you thought that you were going to do with the software and all that, AI can do it. I told you guys I had to generate a cover for my book. Cover art, it was staggering to me. Then I said, how will this meet the market? They said, this is fantastic. This is right in the wheelhouse. Based on everything that I know and all the statistics and information I gathered, this is boom, this is going to do it. And you know what? I believed it. They kept CBS afloat with baby oils there. Used to be stamps and shame to use it, yeah. In other words, we've built up too large a society that depends on the government running a huge budget deficit every year to sustain all the shit that's going on. Think of how overstimulated the economy constantly is when you're consistently spending $2 trillion more than the federal government's taking in. You're buying goods and services that haven't been earned. You're borrowing against future productivity and future taxes that may or may not ever come. And who bears the brunt of that? The young people do. This is why I said the other day that we're looking at a vertical war here. We're looking at generational conflict. You get people going on Medicare, tons and tons of baby boomers now, prime spending time for Medicare, and they're draining the system to the point now that they think Social Security, without some major change by 2032 or whatever, is going to have a real crisis on its hands. This kind of news pisses people off that are young. And I can see it in comment sections where people are talking about the state of things, and there'll be a young Gen Z or millennial in there. Oh, you damn boomers! You sucked all the juice out of this and left us holding the bag. Yeah, we kind of did, because we didn't have the balls to reduce our spending, right? Or increase the taxes to where they really were to reflect how much we're pissing away in this. Yeah, so sorry about that. But we lived well for those years from 1965 to 2019. It was beautiful. Wish you could have been there, kids. It's mind melting. Mind melting. And when you tell people about deficits, it has no impact on it because they don't understand it. You run your household, you take in X dollars. Imagine a lot of people do, they just continuously hit up and run up their credit cards, get another credit card, get another credit card. And they're buying things that they can't naturally afford. They're buying things to just survive. And they're competing against a government that's spending $2 trillion more a year than it's taking in. They don't care the size of the check that they write for housing. They don't care the size of the check that they write for food stamps. Right? It's all about just keeping the plate spinning in the air. And that keeps prices high and pays the same as half the job. You get full medical, what do you expect? People aren't stupid. You get people that are trained up to tell people how to game the system. Remember, sloth, laziness is one of the 7 human vices. To assume that people are naturally industrious and hardworking is to defy the reality of human nature. People are lazy by nature, and when you can do the least, people are going to find out a way to do that. They will make a beeline for the path of least resistance, which is government. And they're not going to go gently on that. Crab fishing nude. They die every day now. Yeah. How you doing, Stephen? Yeah, thank you, Doc. Air chatting about that. These are just my opinions. My moderators continuously say, these are just my thoughts. I could be dead wrong. Right? I thought this stuff would be coming down the pike 2 years ago. Right? I never imagined the lingering effects from that this deficit would just go on and get bigger and bigger. And the amount of spending would go up, and then the amount of debt creation would just be absolutely crazy. That now we have to buy our own debt that's issued. Crazy. So you can imagine if this nation goes back to a cash and carry economy, in other words, credit implodes, and they start canceling people's credit lines like in 2008, 9, 10, 11, people would just get the letter from the bank, we're pulling your credit card, pay off your balance or whatever, we're not giving you any more credit. Businesses can't get credit. No. You can imagine how rapidly consumption declines. Almost overnight, it just evaporates. No more lazy way, no more layaway financing and cars with $5,000 down and then taking out a 72-month loan on the car. It's crazy. And I didn't say everybody's lazy. I said it's one of the vices, Dr. Frankenstein. Pride, lust, anger, covetousness, envy. Right? Gluttony and laziness, sloth. That's it. I didn't say everybody was. I said it's human nature to do the least. Yeah, just there. Yeah, people are naturally inclined to be to be lazy. It's one of the seven human vices. It's inescapable. It's part of our nature. Pride's the drum major of all vices. Yes, it's the worst one. You'll do well in life if you learn to say, "I made a mistake" or "I'm sorry." Yeah, but people will find a way, Alan, as they have to game the system. And they will teach others how to game the system, and they will resort to criminal activities to do things like that. So it's, how do you tell somebody that's been supported for 20 years that they now have to go work 20 hours a week or whatever? Even if it's a make work program, just we're going to the park to play grab ass or whatever for 3 hours a day. People are still going to be very resentful of that. They think that healthcare is a human right, and it was never a human right until never considered a human right until like the 1980s. Big Bounce House, America's in Vegas right now. I don't even know what the hell that means. Bradley, you took my brother and him 2 weeks to clear. I'm gonna wreak havoc. That's when, of course, it's gonna wreak havoc. They can't. They get disability. The equivalent of the population of New England is on disability in this nation. That means that the number of productive people becomes less over time, and the number of people being supported by fewer and fewer workers becomes more. That's not a happy. That's not a happy thing to consider. Aaron is airlifting gold to the, and silver too, to the London Metal Exchange. Yeah. Gold and silver were artificially depressed for too many years by the United States government. Had an interest in keeping the price of gold down. Hello, Patty Wakefield. So when the government finally saw that foreign nations were off taking gold at $500, $600 an ounce, taking all that they had to offer, the United States Treasury said, shit, we're going to deplete our gold reserves. We can't keep this price down here. Let her rip, Frankie. And that's it. We've done some dumb shit, man. We have done some dumb shit. Dumb shit. Now it's just ripping. Patty, don't worry about the cats, okay? I've told you before, if you don't know me by now, you never will. Well, we were clearing out the last, and we found a black turtle under the pole. I still haven't heard a peep from Bird. I guess I'll never see the 2 months rent that I'm owed. So, I have to take another loss, but yeah, I'm the bad person. It's like going to eat at somebody's restaurant for not paying a bill for 2 months, daily eating there, and then, supposed to come back a third time and eat again at the restaurant. You're just supposed to suck it up. That's enough of that. Take care, Shimei. Thank you. Sense of entitlement is, well, like what I do. Look, it's water over the dam, but I'm just saying, let's get our sense of propriety here, right? Let's get our sense of what's important in life. Let's see. The sense of entitlement, like, well, we really not always the negative. Authority to the child depend on what change. Yeah, upbringing. Lack of parental upbringing. That's it, GTB. Uh, yeah, I was lucky in 2011 when nobody wanted property. Everybody called me a chump for buying the Rancho. It was a wreck. You can see what it looked like when I can see the videos, what the Rancho looked like when I first got there, first bought it. Right? That took a lot of sack. That took a lot of balls to go against the consensus. Another brick sticking up in the road of life. That's what it is, doctor. And I get over stuff. I don't dwell on it. I don't dwell on it. You trip once and you move on. Yeah, they're just intended as my thoughts. Thank you, Doc. I think I made the Rancho real nice. So hey, Amanda. So I'm trying to get it back into the same great shape that it was in. I've decluttered it, moved everything out. I got some other stuff to get rid of, a new kitchen stadium to put up. I might have some plans for a nicer back deck arrangement. Maybe lay down a little redwood and have a nice deck with some tiki lights and have something nice in my golden years. Well, what happened to kids? We became a selfish society. You want more of the treasures of the world, and you give less thought to future generations, and you have the idea, what has posterity ever done for me? So kids come optional, and then when you reach the age of 60, 70, 80, and you're looking for somebody to wipe your ass when you're down and out, and there'll be nobody around. No kids. That's why big families were such a plus. But now people will be alone and will have to depend on the kindness of strangers and things. It's not going to be a good happenstance. You have people that'll come in and look to rob you blind, to look for your checkbooks, your material goods, and you'll be just early stage dementia or something, and it's not a happy thing. But that's choice that people made. How you doing, Amanda? Hug and kiss. How are you? Tiki Thela, drunken debauchery. Yeah, thank you, Alan. I know you did. What's up, Robbie? How you doing? So this shortage of people will be acutely felt. And the cost will be very high to get people to do that type of thing. It's almost like back to medieval times when the plague, after the plague raged in like 1/3 of the people were wiped out in Europe. And all of a sudden, it wasn't business as usual for the lord of the manor anymore. It was no more serfs and shit. It's like, man, there ain't enough people here to help run this place. I got to start breaking out the gold and paying people. Yeah. And all of a sudden we had the rise of the working pay class instead of peasants. Everything to look under my cats. That's it, Jeff. Jeff's a silver stacker. It's funny. So there'll be a dire shortage of people. So there'll be people screaming to allow immigration again to come in. And if we can't use our own people, we'll find a way to use foreign workers to come in. And so that's what I predict will happen. There's just not enough people. when you willingly extinguish 68 million lives, yeah, you're gonna have a real crisis on your hands. A real crisis. And then they're gonna start looking to the older people, and every time they gotta go and feed them or think about them living the high life in retirement, yeah, it's gonna create that human vice of jealousy, covetousness. You can already tell it's making younger people mad. You can already tell they're ready to go to war with baby boomers and Gen Xers. I really do not need the poor in the future. Live like me. Live a simple life. It's beautiful. But there'll be a lot of people as they age that will have to depend on others. They will very much be at the mercy of it. And I'm not, 95% of the people aren't wealthy. You go into a nursing home, you're talking about $6,000 to $8,000 a month. And people will say, well, I need the government to pay for that. And they're going to just say, well, what are we going to use for money? Oh, we'll tax the rich. Where? We already sucked that lemon. Coffee. 122 LR shells. That's it. I'll go for the high mag, the high velocity 22,000 feet per second. How is what going to work, GTB? I mean, how are you, who's going to take care of an upside down population? That's a big issue. All right, I guess let's go up and get some gas and stuff. It's a lot to think about. There's a lot of things that people take for granted in the world. They just assume because things ran well before that they'll run well in the future. It's a terrible assumption to make. When you look at things demographically, money-wise, we're an extremely indebted nation. And when people start to say, I really don't want your money anymore, I want gold or silver, anything goes. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to put the picture together. You just have to be a person that's able to make logical conclusions. That's all you need to be. And it's amazing how much people want to be paid to wipe somebody's behind. Yeah, well, you saw what happened in Nepal when they cut off all social media. The people rioted in the streets of Kathmandu. They lost their minds. You cut off social media here, you wait till this love fest between Trump and President Xi is over. And they tell you that TikTok is, that's it. The president says F TikTok. These kids are going to be leaping out of buildings. That's why anybody that ever built their living on a foreign media platform needs to have their head examined. I could tell in 2019, 2020, 2021 that the writing was on the wall. So how you doing tonight, Jeff? Thank you, Alan Gentry. Always such a great supporter of the channel and one of the smartest people, I think, on this platform that's able to make a logical conclusion looking at it, the world today and the state of shit, and saying, yeah, it's going to be hard to sustain the amount of restaurant meals that are being served up, the amount of services that are being produced in this economy. 30 years ago, there was no such thing as a nail salon. Yeah, you had a beauty salon. But nail salons on every corner? No. Pizza delivery on every corner, Chick-fil-A's, McDonald's, Panda Express, Chipotle. Thank you, Alan. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to draw some conclusions. Place in my garage doors. It's good to see you tonight, Jeff. I wonder if the dabbing grannies will be around. Doesn't take a lot to draw some conclusions that are kind of irrefutable. It all ultimately comes down to the destruction of the building block of civilization, which is the family. There's never been a civilization that survived when the marriage rate teeters around between 40 and 50%. It's impossible. It's the end of civilization. You have malformation of children. And then the society in the future pays the price for that. You don't pay it immediately, but you pay dearly down the road. Big part of that was the removal of justice in the family court system. The no-fault divorce of 1970. When it stopped being a contract, that was the beginning. When it built till 1964 Beatles, all we need is love. That was the beginning of the end. The rise of selfishness. I'm just not feeling the love. I don't know. I need to be fulfilled in life. I just haven't felt like me. I gotta go find myself. All I can say is God have mercy on us. All you need is love, love, Love is all you need. All you need is fried chicken and macaroni salad. That's all you really need. Let's do it up. They're hanging outside of Dave's Hot Chicken. Look at that, man. It's chicken time. Do. Oh, but we can't afford. It's too expensive to live. Look at the way people treat themselves. Cruise ships, Vegas holidays, 6 or 7 streaming services. It's a wonderful life. Ooh, don't take my stream. It's like a man dogging it. Don't take my streaming service away, you savage. I hate you. You mother... all right, let us go get some chicken. We're at 100% charge. That's a beautiful thing right there. We don't need to drag the whole damn thing in. Good night, Alan Chantry. Good night. Yeah, as long as we have love and romance, it's all good. But the second that goes, there's nothing to hold it together. Nothing. Hence, the virtue of fortitude just disappears. Yeah, well, God has wrath too, Ma Rich. That's the forgotten thing the last 30 years. It's all touchy-feely and it's all good. Do what you want to do. Live the way you want.
See you later, Ash. Later, brother.
It's all good. There is no more justice or wrath. We got rid of that God. All right. Well, there's nobody around. Oh shit, the deli's closed. Damn, brother. Nothing? There's the chicken right there. Damn. What a horror. Oh well. Wow. That's kind of a bummer. Let's see if we can get something out here. There's a lot of accumulated guilt in this civilization, I'll tell you that. That's why you need so many psychotherapists and psychologists. Damn, that's a shame. Man, there ain't nothing to eat. Dang. I don't want a huge macaroni salad. Oh well. Let's see. Meatloaf. I'm so sick of chicken. I could buck. Damn. All right. Well, we struck out here tonight. Let's just go get the gas. Like I say, it's no wonder we need psychologists and psychotherapists on every corner. I don't think there's anything I want here. What a disaster. All right. Let's go get some gas. So we can't get anything out of the deli, huh? closed? I don't see anybody. Do they close at a certain hour?
I guess so. It's
Wow.
kind of early for them to close, but they might have already done. Might not have anyone in tonight.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. All right, let's get gassed up. Night, Zoe. Sorry, we'll survive it. I don't eat that much anyway. I can have some prison spaghetti or something. Let's go get gas for the road. Plus, I gotta pee like a racehorse. I'm pretty easygoing. Yes, sir. We have a society in psychological trauma. All right, let's not crush a car here. Let's see if we can get out of here. Go get some gas. I don't even know where the hell the curb is on that side. Hooray for Sigmund Freud, eh? I don't want the chicken place. It's not worth it at the margin to go get it. Anything goes. Well, at least we shouldn't have much of a line for gas. Let's see, we're going to go to the forward one here. I think there's nobody in front. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, we're going to go to pump 5 here and we're going to gas up. All right, yeah. Man, this state, $58 a barrel oil. We're paying $4.45 now. I don't know when people in this state will ever learn. Keep voting the way you're going. Enjoy. Nobody wants to work in the deli. Who wants to work in a stinking deli handling big meat all day? The answer is nobody. Yeah, $4.45.9 a gallon. With oil at $58 a barrel, 57 something a barrel. That's what a wreck this state is. What these people have done to this state is unconscionable. But you'll never hear an apology. They'll go down with the ship. That ego problem we talked about. Please hit the thumbs up button. It is appreciated. The it's like up the stream tonight. We're almost to 100. Well, I don't call our leaders names. I respect the office of governor too much. I just don't. It's just not in my nature. But it's a very poorly run state. But people seem to like it that way. They keep voting for it. Anything goes. Rose, froze, anything goes. What do you pay for gas out there in Park City there, Jeff? $2.89 in Michigan. All you hear from the people is crickets, not a word. People would wet their pants if they saw 282 here. I don't think we'll have the same worn out leadership as Katie Porter that caused, she was in a meltdown the other day, couldn't even answer a question. They get worse by the year. But, you know, the people get the representation they want, and at the end of the day, that's the system we're in. So who am I to say? They never saw a tax they didn't like out here. Worse schools. Oh well. That's life in the big state. I think we've lost 8 million people. I guess we'll lose more. Yeah, I don't know. My Costco, I'm surprised it's right on the same price as Safeway. Hey Craig, how you doing? Alright, as we drift back into the hood here. Oh wow, Duck Trans like waiting in line. You must make pretty decent tips, Duck Tran, doing delivery. Got their fireplace going. I need a world with a psychotherapist on every corner and a psychologist underneath every rock. And a hypnotherapist to top it all like a cherry on top. And I need some good antidepressants and antipsychotics to keep myself motoring along. Boy, it's a pretty thin crowd at the, wow, surprisingly thin at the Matote tonight. Ooh, I'm pretty well balanced on hardball. I got, didn't take a genius to figure hardball out in 2025. The old playbook, you just keep trotting that baby out. You know, you don't need AI to tell you what hardball is going to do. Man, that guy's got a big outdoor party tent out the back. That's pretty cool looking. Ooh, that's pretty wild. My boy's doing it up. My boy is doing it up. All right, we're all ready to roll out tomorrow. On the good ship Lollipop. One more trip, baby. One more trip. One more trip. Man, how many times can you go to the well? Oh. Man, I got a whiz. I travel very light. I strip out the van. Get good gas mileage. I'll be doing a stream tomorrow night after dinner. People love that, people watching. Don't do a bum's rush. Out, 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 out. All right, let me get these birds situated. First thing I got to do is whiz. Oh, man. I've done a lot of videos on the downtown. All right. Please hit the thumbs up button. Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Down Santa Claus Lane. Donner and Vixen, they'll all be pissing. Doo 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 doo. Bells are ringing. Doo 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 doo. It's a beautiful sight. Up, doo 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 doo. Rosie, you clawed me last night. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You really clawed me last night. Look at you hanging your head in shame. Let's see, where's your, what did you guys eat, your food bowl? Oh, there it is. Look at that claw you did to me. Be cool. You gotta stop being a maggot. Huh? You got a tapeworm potbelly. Huh? You got a tapeworm potbelly. Like, this is my Halloween look. Woo! 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 Happy Halloween! Alright, let's see. No growling tonight. Get some water out here. Cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Cause Santa Claus comes tonight. comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Ooh. Bells are ringing. What a beautiful sight. Because Santa Claus is coming tonight. I love that Corky Thunberg. It's cousin Corky apologizing for the family. Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. At least the flotilla was amusing. Let's make a statement. Let's see, Greta, how many views did we get on it? Check to see if you're on Chop Chat. Yeah, I'm on Top Chat. No, I'm not. I'm on. Yeah, I'm on. It should be on all messages. I changed it now. Yeah, the Thunberg shame. Greta. Fleet Week has been so sweet. Did you go down there? Did your whole family go? Oh boy. The whole thing's a pain in the ass. Wait till TikTok's gone. It'll be the only game in town. Yeah, the TikTok deal is off. I haven't seen Tiger around. I think Tiger moved on. Oop. Good night. Take care, babe. Good night, Thomas. Thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. Always appreciate you. Shit, I should have bought some peanuts tonight. Corky. I don't think Corky remembers this show. Hey, how are you, eh? How are you? You gonna swat me? Nailed me good last night. Focus on the Greta rap. You can put me in the air, you can put me on the sea. Pretty soon you'll see me everywhere. I'll be in Gaza. I'll be living rent-free in your head. I'm Greta Thunberg. I know you'd rather see me dead. I can't remember the name of it. Patty LuPone was on it. Life goes on, yeah. They're nice at the end of the evening. They gave me a little boost up with the beer. I'll probably throw down some hot dogs tonight. Now that my lip is recovered. Did I check my mailbox today? I did. Somebody else have a go at it. If I take a bag of peanuts, well, because I tipped well. I take them anyway. Last time the Five Guys burger was pretty lousy. Climate change is going to wipe my peanuts out. Jeez. What are you, Greta Thunberg's cousin or what? The pride of Roberts Lane. Oh, easy. Hey, Four Scores, how you doing? Good, the kids me on tip out. Tip. What's going on, Four Scores? Nobody ever did Vegas up like Four Scores did. He said, I'm using every damn minute. That was just round one. Man, you really did it up. I don't think you ever went to bed. You were talking about the lobster dinner at the Stratosphere. Welcome back. My evening has been awesome. Got gassed up, ready to go. Unfortunately, the deli was closed down at Safeway. Kind of unusual, 7:30 on a Saturday night. That's it, 8 hours and 3 days. Yeah, I never saw somebody get so much juice out of a place. I don't think you like the lobster too much. You ever keep in touch with that girl in Canada? The one that's a witch or something? Dry. Ivanka. She's a nice looking piece of wool. I mean, they were just like in the Middle East, like, whoa. They're like, so this is what it's all about. This is life goes on, baby. Yeah, the Claire Witch Project. You ever hear from her or anything? Or know what she's up to? That was weird the way that all came down in the end. She missed a good thing. She even had a kid, didn't she? You see what you did to me? Look at that. I ought to put you in timeout. Super peanuts. Sometimes the shells need a little help. I never even heard of Kerrville. All of a sudden you got Amanda Huggins is legit interested in Texas. Easy. Give somebody else a chance. The little ones will eat you out of house and home. Korean War vet. It's really quiet around the food dish tonight over here. Really quiet. Wow, Canadian Thanksgiving. I was in Montreal for Canadian Thanksgiving month. You're a bottomless pit. What you are. Look at those eyes. Happy Halloween. Ooh. Ooh. Is your belly full? You have a pot belly? Huh? Look at how much peaceful and quiet. Yeah, Shadow's gonna be a big cat. Big cat. But he's just like his father, just a lump. Simba, nothing gets him worked up. Oh. No, this big black cat that was up the street where there's like a zillion food bowls outside. He came down and did the wild thing. Stop in Kerrville, Texas. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't be making noises. Oh, wow. Yeah, they said San Antonio. I heard San Antonio is it's gotten pretty bad in San Antonio. Beautiful place. I went to look at the Alamo. I couldn't believe how small it was. Probably got a lot of cow poop in it, huh? Oh, you're gonna be doing that, huh? That's the worst one. It split my finger down. Bad mood. Always want to chase out the other cats. Oh man. I'm okay. It's already mostly healed. Just a very, very mean cat. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. No, Patty, I'm not going to, because I didn't like what you posted when I was down last Friday in Fremont Street. One of the most horrible things anybody's ever posted to me. If you don't know me by now, plus the comments you posted about Blackbird, no, I don't need it in my life, okay? I don't need it. Like you run a restaurant, somebody eats free for 2 months and you just want them to come back and keep eating free, right? Get a sense of justice in life, okay? Then come back and talk to me. If you don't know me by now, you never will. Never been so poorly treated on a chat. Even my own daughter there, like, what's wrong with her? Oh, brother. You gonna be growling or are you gonna be eating? Patty doesn't care about that. That's okay. That's a me problem. That's my fault. Who is that over there? Is that a dog? Ruff, 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 ruff. Come on, eat up. No, you were very mean to me in Las Vegas, Patty, and I won't ever forget it. The way you acted, the shitty comments you posted recently, no. I don't need it. Nobody asked you to ever get involved in the cats anyway. It was your whole plan to overbuild the population here. And you relied on Blackbird to do that for you. You can forgive, but you can't forget. That's my philosophy. This is why there's no justice in the world. I won't say anything else because I don't want to overstep my bounds. I'm a gentleman. I'm going to get another beer. Why would I store it in the back 40 when he hasn't paid rent since July? Why would I do that? So that I can continue to be plagued with this stuff here? Instead, he's got 90-day free storage. Pretty good deal, I would say. Let him pay that out. Worst comments, never thought about me. It's always about that. Yeah, you don't know. You shouldn't speak about stuff that you don't know about, Patty. You don't know the half of it. The mess I had to deal with, the junk around here, that was all something you enjoyed seeing develop. Well, it's over. Somebody else that's going to pay actual market rate and appreciate it. Of course I have the right to protect my time and my property. She hasn't offered to take him in. All the cats that wanted to build the population of the cats up on purpose. Knowing the degree of irresponsibility here. So you know what, Patty? I do the best I can. I do the best I can. And then to get your teeth kicked in. Yeah, your place was in it. Yeah, you didn't send it to me, right, Pat? Oh, I didn't send it to you, Rosie. I sent it to Blackbird. Despite the fact I asked you don't send stuff in. It's okay. It's done. I don't harbor. I'm not the kind of person to harbor ill will. It's all good, but don't come around here asking about the cats now, okay? Nobody asked you for a thin dime here. I have people that genuinely love me and care about me and support me. I don't come on here pounding and buy this for me, buy that for me. You knew damn well I wanted a dog. So I consider you, yeah, the chief enabler here. Not Blackbird, you. I have nothing against Blackbird. Yeah, I've gone above and beyond the call of duty. Did Patty just sit back and think about the trail in the wake of things that you did here? Okay? I don't have any ill will. You came in here and asked about the cats tonight, and I simply said, if you don't know me by now, you never will. Now you can think on that a bit. And what does that mean when I say that? You know, am I supposed to give you the name, address, and phone number of the people that's going to babysit the cats here? Are you that intrusive into my life? Embarrassed me in front of my daughter? Thank you, Corky. I'm not against you either, Patty, but just think about what you come in and ask. Just think about it. You see one cat around here that looks like it's not thriving? Some people are responsible by nature. Put the stuff out back. Can you imagine that in the pouring rain to have stuff stored out back? You know how you can help out? You can pay a storage bill. And you can set them up in an apartment down where you are. That would be a really, really big help to him. No, I'm offering good advice. That would be a nice thing to do if you really, really care about Blackbird like I did for 4 years. That would be a super humanitarian gesture to do. Instead of worrying about the cats and all that, make sure he can continue to have his stuff stored, because come January 4th, that's it. He's going to fly animal across. I guess the bottom line of what it means, Patty, is you don't have to worry about the cats. When I come back in a week, the cats will look exactly like they do right now. Probably Shadow and Chairman Meow will be a little bit bigger. Remember, I'm the one that went through 6 weeks of trapping and spaying and neutering. Nobody else did, Patty. I did. I never heard you come in and, are you okay, Rosie? Do you need anything? Are you okay? How's it going? Nothing. Not a concern for me. So just, think what you want to think. I don't think you get embarrassed at all, Patty. I don't think there's any embarrassment in you. But you certainly embarrassed me in front of my daughter Friday. I never done anything like that to anybody. In 14 years on YouTube, I would have never dreamed of posting something like that, ever. Yeah, of course it's not your place, but you didn't mind contributing to the problem here. And that's okay. Right? Yeah, I was all hyper embarrassed. People were like, what the hell, man? She would never apologize and say I shouldn't have posted something like that. It's just a manipulator. Oh, it's still up, Corky. You can go back and watch it. First Friday night there, first time we stepped out onto Fremont Street, right there, the first 5 minutes. There's Patty Wakefield. How dare you? Yeah, thank you. Well, I don't want to call names, Willy Wonka. That's not my nature. I would never call Patty Wakefield a name. I just speak the truth, that's all. Now, when you really need help, yeah, she just disappears into the woodwork. It's not your property to say what should or what should not be done, Patty Wakefield. And the fact that you took it upon yourself to discuss that with Charlotte without discussing it with me just tells me a lot. It's not your property. You take great liberties with your with the things that you say. When the 90 days are up, you can step forward and help. Since you're so willing to help with the cat food, pick up a year's rent down there. It's okay, Patty. You know me. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to be a negative person. I'm a positive person by nature. I'm a God-fearing person and a God-loving person. But I'm telling you what, you better get your priorities straight on what matters on planet Earth, and it's not cats. Yes, they're important. They give people joy, but it's not the purpose of existence. My gut reaction, Patty Woodfield, would have been Rosie's a highly responsible person. Always takes care of things. Right? That would have been my thing. Your track record is impeccable, Rosie, of responsibility and taking care of things. Instead, you just choose to go down and just, it's terrible because I'm not there holding all the cat's paws day after day. Why don't you come up and pick up a few? You really want to be helpful. Well, I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry for what you're dealing with. I can imagine. In my opinion, since the passing of your mother, I know you've dealt with a lot of stuff. You haven't been the same Patty. But you wreaked havoc on this rancho with your insistence on sending up food, knowing that he had open feeding here and it would draw all kinds of cats in that would explode the population here. Too bad that's not my responsibility, Patty. Imagine if I had a restaurant and you came in for 60 days and ate for free and told me put it on my tab. Then you go traipsing out of town for 2 months and then you come back and say, I want to eat back here at your restaurant again. Do you want to pay your bill first? No, I want to continue eating here. So I'm supposed to be the shock absorber for that, right? Even though you probably have 5 times more money than I have with the inheritance from your mother and everything else. You turned the chat against yourself last Friday night. You did that yourself. Not me. Terrible thing. Still playing a game tonight. It's fine. You've shown your concern for the animals. I hope I've assuaged your worries. I hope I've put your worries at rest. Ooh, 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 ooh. It's not my nature to be mean, and I'm not going to be mean. But I will tell the truth. That's exactly right, Teresa. That's called correct priorities. That's where my heart is with those people. It's fine, Patty. Just move along. I've answered your question. I told you that if you don't know me by now, you never will. So yeah, I ask nothing of you. Just leave me in peace. That's all. Reflect on your own conscience, as I will reflect on mine. You got a burr in your ear. How do you get that in there? Simba, you are a mess. You got that burr thing in there. Oh, brother. Corky. Corky. No. My daughter was just shocked. She's not used to seeing something like that on a live stream. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you very much. I see Teresa Martin out here. Good Lord, what a even after being assaulted and having to move cities and jobs and things like that, still has the kindness of a heart to understand what the priorities are in life. It's somebody I have to say, no, Teresa, please don't do that. I know what you're thinking. Go to Total Beverage. It's like, no, I don't. You've done so much. If I was a user, I would be a user. I'm not a user. I ask people to support people. The one thing I do once a year is a fundraiser for St. Joe's. That's all. I don't ask anything for myself. I'll tell you what offended me that night, Patty, is that all the years we've known each other, and in your thinking, you still deferred to the side, wow, thank you, Teresa, wow, look at that. Oh, thank you, honey, you've done so much for me. That's a true loving person. And has just been the wind beneath my wings and things I do, and assaulted by a patient, injured, terribly injured. Thank you, Teresa. No, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. But just say this, Patty. That night, thank you, bro. That night when you came in and you teed off on me about the cats, if I were you, I would have deferred on the side of Rosie's consistently responsible in life. I see who is irresponsible on the Rancho, but Rosie's always been consistently responsible. So I can sleep at night not worrying about the cats. But you chose to come down on the side of you're irresponsible by nature, right? You're irresponsible by nature. So I have to assume you're not going to do the right thing. I don't need somebody like that in my life. My parents didn't do a shitty job of raising me. I did a shitty job by going off the rails in my own life. I didn't need to blame anybody else. So I'm going down again this week, Callie, because somebody punched out the sign in front and scored it all up, tagged up shit. If you want to support that, that would be most welcome. Plus, Tuesday a week ago, somebody almost knocked Father Creer out in the food line, handing out a morning snack before the feed. So yeah, I'm a little concerned about his state of being right now. Not about cats. Somebody stands there and takes the hits every single day. Coffee thrown on him and everything else. Oh, Teresa, I got it coming in November, honey. I got it coming November. I got people crying. It's fine. You have done so much. I'm almost embarrassed to see when I see you coming here because I know your heart. Yeah, people take responsibility and not blame everybody. Exactly. So Teresa, if you did, well, yeah, I'm just saying, you do plenty in November. The fundraiser's coming up. But it keeps me awake at night, knowing somebody gets full on cold cocked on the alley there. It's going to be bad, people, because it's the worst of the worst. But we cannot turn our back on people that have been kicked out of programs and told don't come back here. This is the worst of the worst of the worst. And it's exactly where I want to be. It's exactly where I want to be. That's the shit I'm into in life, not cats. Tiger, there you are. Tiger, you're late to the food chow, huh? See, we saved you some vittles. I don't know. It happened 2 times in the space of 2 weeks, so I'm going to go down and assess the violent situation in the morning. The numbers are huge now, and the people are just racked. I was walking yesterday, taking a walk. I'm trying to increase my walking to get ready for live streaming, and I'm on West Avenue, walking towards Sebastopol Road, and there's a girl that comes out of the side apartment, 2-story apartment, no shirt on at all, tits hanging down, walking along the sidewalk. I'm like, this really is the end times. Doesn't even have a shirt to put on. I mean, your eyes are not prepared for that. Patty, it's not that it means a lot to me. It should mean a lot to you. But it hurts me when people think that I would be irresponsible and wouldn't take care of responsibilities, even though somebody else shirked them. I would pick up the slack for that. Like I said, I'm not a I'm not a hater, Patty Wakefield. I would never say anything. I would never post anything to you like you posted to me last Friday. I don't know how old you are. I'm 67 years old. But I have a right to have my property in a condition that I want and to be able to have proper remuneration for what I offer around here. No, sorry about that. You didn't exactly do my heart any good last Friday and tonight. I have to think about human beings. Right? You just come in cats, 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 cats. These cats do fine around here. Do you know how much density is here? Do you know how much feeding places are around here? You ever seen a skinny cat around? Oh, thank you, Colin. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's good to welcome new people in. Thank you. You just do the best you can. But I guess these days you just have to expect to be fucked. And I hate to use that word. It's like, and then you have to explain to people, you know, try to see the other side of the picture. Try to see 4 years of selfless giving. Nobody's here to try to make you feel bad. Jeff, there's nothing wrong with Patty. You know, but the consequences of her action have been severe. I specifically asked her, don't send food. And she said, I'm sending it to Blackbird, not you. Well, what can I do at that point? I knew what the plan was, to build up the population so the cats would be overrunning this place. You see open feeding, go to bed at night, the food still comes out, big black cat comes in, right? You know, it's not rocket science to figure out what's going on. But you know what? You got to live with that. Yeah, everyone be thankful. That's right, Teresa. That's exactly correct. Let's do the right thing for people. I know cats and dogs bring people a lot of joy, especially single people. They're older, they enjoy it. It's good company. It's a beautiful thing. But when we start to overemphasize that and say, "Oh, I like animals better than people," I mean, it's like, wow, you know, and I go to bed and I think to myself, shit, there's somebody that's going to die in Las Vegas. They're going to die with their boots on down there. My cat for me. I don't know. I only got one cat from hell that's It scored me right down. Sam, last night, mean cat. Yeah. I mean, at least, yeah, I don't know. I never heard that part, but there's people that played into that Buttercup baby and enjoyed that, and would have loved to have seen this place overloaded with cats that were just going out of control and breeding. Um, because I think there's some kind of tremendous dislike there. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of psychological thing. It's a need to punish people. It's some deep psychological thing. And I just think to myself, it's no wonder it's, there's a psychotherapist and a psychologist and on every corner in the U.S. today. This is what I like. They clean up the whole bowl. Yeah, there's a lot of psychological stress out there. There's a lot of underlying pain. There's a lot of underlying need to strike out to people. Strike out at people. Hurt people hurt people. I get it. No, psychiatry's a joke. Psychology. Yeah, that's right, Buttercup baby. That's correct. So I say, let's just move on in life. Let's just get past it. There's Tiger. He's got another home here. He ain't never missed a meal. No, don't be angry, Kelly. Just move on. We have enough anger in the world today. The beauty is there's counterbalances. Hey, Mud, there's counterbalances like Teresa Martin here. This person can be assaulted on the job as a nurse, have to stop working, right? Then have to change cities, move, and still comes up and is supportive to the point that I have to say, no, Teresa, don't, please, please. Needs to be more interested in baseball. Right? These are the kind of people you have to throttle back and say, whoa, it's just a disproportionate, yeah, I get it. This is why I ask people, if you want to do more than just support cats when this fundraiser comes around in October or November 1st, let's make a statement here. We have a priest that goes down there, works 7 days a week, no secretary, runs meal service Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, has to drive around in his car and pick up shit from 7-Eleven and stores to put out to feed people, to recruit people to cook this stuff, to recruit people to feed people in the morning, set up tables, take them down. Drives 240 miles to Eureka, Nevada to service that community up there, and drives to Pahrump, Nevada, 90 miles each way to service that community. Never a day off. Then to be assaulted, have hot coffee poured on you because this guy is in the trenches. These are people that can't even stay within government programs, can't even negotiate a bus pass. And the regular government programs say, no, bro, you missed your appointment. You're gone. You're gone. I got these women, 30 years old, it would break your heart to just come in and just are so disheveled and so abused on the streets and so used. And I'm supposed to worry about cats? If you have a heart to, when we start up in November, it's only once a year. For me, my own self, I've seen nothing like it in my life. Nothing. Nothing even remotely compares. I don't care about Detroit. I don't care about Oakland. I don't care about Baltimore. Do I got a cat on my chair? Everybody's belly's all popped over here. Yeah, this is who we need to help, Patty. This is it. This is our calling. This is our duty. And I'm happy that you know who makes me happy? Buttercup Baby. Because she has a cat that she loves very much that gives her tremendous joy, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Right, but she still comes in and be's a kind person and just understands, like, I don't have to really worry about Rosie having shit under control. I know you haven't. I appreciate that. So I'm saying, please just redirect your focus here. Let's continue our friendship in a positive way here. I have done everything I can for Blackbird, and I've got nothing in return. And when you start to see surfboards come in and junk after junk after junk being purchased, and $30 worth of weed a day, and $15 worth of liquor, and $15 worth of smokes, you have to ask yourself, where do I rate in this? Right? Where should I be in the hierarchy of need? And I finally had to conclude I'm nowhere in there. And the fact that you and somebody else can't see that and appreciate that, it saddens me a lot. But what am I going to do? What am I going to do? No, I just want her to understand. Thank you, Eraserhead. Because she's been a friend of mine for a lot of years, and she's been supportive down there. But I just want to say, the last thing you should worry about is what's going to happen to the cats. Thank you, Alan Gentry. So I'm saying I feel good about this situation with Blackbird. I did the level best I could. Right. Now I got a chance to have somebody come in that can actually be a positive for my life. And Blackbird was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good time. But can actually financially be of help right now. Right? And I don't think that's a terrible thing to have that, and to have my property clean and neat. That's all I ask, is just a little bit of counter respect. Yes, snow expected soon, I know. I'm torn. This is a very difficult time to dress in Las Vegas. I think you went above and beyond. Still caring for his horde of cats, I know. It's like Charlotte's posted a comment, gee, I hope Blackbird comes down and takes Simba and Skywalker. It's like, Charlotte, I wouldn't hold your breath. Right. I wouldn't hold your breath. How you doing, Yilva? So I'm just saying, Patty, why don't we just continue the friendship? Let's just put it behind it. Okay. You did say something bad about me last Friday night. You did say something bad. I'm even willing to forego a apology. But anybody in my chat can go back and reread last Friday night in Las Vegas. At the opening of my live stream, when you came on and just laid into me like you didn't even know me. You know what the game is. You think I should continue to store somebody's junk here? Yet you don't offer to pay anything to storage or anything. For somebody that claims to care so much about cats and things like that, when it comes to a human being, so I said, you know what? I'll just take the high road. Let's just move on. That's it. I'll be the shock absorber. Hey, how you doing, Gail? Nice to see you. It's fine, Patty. I don't want a dime. I'm just saying, understand my situation. Okay? Understand things from my point of view, what I got here. Flesh and blood, they'll walk away from cats. It said, well, I don't know any others. I don't know. But you'll have people that'll make a million excuses and go to the mat for somebody. And that's fine. But I'm saying at the end of the day, I have to keep moving forward with the things that are important to me, and they're not cats. And I never apologize that. I've told you for years, Patty, that I wanted to have a dog here. You knew that. Now I deal with the consequences of this. It's good to see you too, Gail. How are you going to adopt that feral cat like Rosie that almost claw your fingernail off there? You think that's the kind of cat that would be welcome into a home? Right? Think about that when you send food in and feed the problem. I'm not worried about the cats. The cats have a million places to eat around here. You ever seen a skinny cat here? I never have. Yeah, I'm okay, Yoga. I'm all right. Somebody's partying tonight. Corky. I have nothing against Patty Wakefield, but I'm saying don't ever embarrass me in front of my family again. And the only thing I would suggest is step back and think about your priorities in life. The last thing I ever wanted around here was cats. But you ensured that I would have them. Man, somebody's really blowing it out over there. Yes, I'm one stop on the buffet line. Have you ever seen a skinny cat? You ever seen a cat that was going to be on YouTube? They're making a YouTube short about it. Oh, poor cat. They found it under a car. It's soaking wet. No, all you had to do was have confidence in me, Patty Wakefield. You threw the first punch. All you had to do, all the years you've known me, is have confidence in me. And you couldn't even grant me that. You never even gave me a chance. You just laid right into me. And I leave the chat up as exhibit of that. How dare you have gone on a trip and left those cats? I never was ever talked in 14 years on YouTube. I was never talked to like that by anybody. So you want to be useful, help out where shit's dire. Pick up your head from over here and get it on straight on your shoulders. Yeah, they don't know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, another Wolfie. I said one day I would have it. I don't know what XC is. I have no idea what XC is. It's some kind of drug. I don't know. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know if you're on ecstasy or what the hell it is. I got no idea. Like I said, I got no ill will. But I'm not going to apologize for having a Rancho back. Hey, Mary. How you doing, Mary? Nice to see you tonight. Chairman Mao eats like there's no tomorrow. What I'm really proud of is that I got all these cats fixed. And that took a lot of doing. That was 7 weeks of trapping and working with the woman. And hot, sweaty nights of getting these cats taken to and getting back. I'm really happy about that. 8 cats fixed here. They're not going to be contributing to the problem going forward. Hey, Mary, happy to you too. It's good to see you. It's always awesome to see you. It's fine. I've never no ill will against Charlotte. You know, I've never allowed anybody in my chat to tee off on Charlotte. She has her ways of seeing it. I get it. You know, I don't let people tee off on her. It's fine. Like I said, Patty, it's time to move on now. You know, I'm the one that's lost out on the 2 months of very cheap rent. But you better work with him to get his stuff out of storage and moved along. Because at 90 days, in January 4th of 2026, they'll put it up at auction and that's it. I will have done more than my California duty, which said you could put the stuff on the street. Do I seem like the kind of person that's going to take somebody's stuff and just put it on the street? Yeah, thank you, Alan. You've been a people supporter par excellence, week in and week out. And I appreciate that. You didn't have to be because you already gave 150,000% in Vietnam. Still, you have the heart to help people. People that a lot of people would say don't deserve it. They're, you know, just bums. Until you see these people try to function and do something like open a carton of milk these days. and their brains are so fried. That's what the Lord, when you go to your personal judgment day, did you feed the hungry, clothe the naked? No, I took care of my cats. Uh, well, I can't help that, Mary. Beyond that, I don't want my stuff on my property, Patty. Don't you understand? Why should I continue to do that? Why don't you pay the storage bill coming up so he won't lose it? If you're that concerned about it, 70 bucks a month is not going to break you. And you can really help a human out. The ball will be in your court, Patty. We'll see how much you really care. Carry class. You are too much, man. You are too much. That's it. So if the tools and all that stuff don't mean anything, you can't expect them to keep it on my property and keep eating at my restaurant month after month. No. Ain't never gonna happen. Ain't never gonna happen. That's funny, Carrot Class. That did give me a laugh. That did crack me up. Yes, it was 1/3 of market rate. Yeah, well, I'm not going to keep talking to you about it tonight, Patty, because I got bigger fish to fry. I got a church that's been tagged up with the signboard smashed out. I got work to do in Las Vegas. I don't have time to keep hashing this around with you. I'm going to take the high road. I still consider you a friend. I'm going to put this all behind me now and move ahead. You're always welcome to my chats. So that's the way I'm going to leave it. And guys, for the rest of you, I'm going to take off tonight. I'm going to get some sleep and take off. I'm going to be on the road about 5 o'clock tomorrow. I got my work cut out for me this week. I will see you down there in the trenches. We will, of course, have fun with live streams, restaurant reviews. I'm going to be seeing Sam and Mary Ellen on Thursday. It's going to be a great time. They're wonderful people. The first time they come to pick me up, they have 6 cases of water they drop off at the church. Imagine that. Teresa Martin, thank you for everything that you do. I don't know if you're still here, and everybody else. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's horrible. That's why I feel like I got to get down there. So good night, everybody, and thumbs up are appreciated. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow night on Fremont Street. Great people watching down here. Thank you for the help, everybody. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Good night, everybody. Thank you, moderators.